After what was an exciting and caution-filled race last week at Martinsville, we head across the state of Virginia and we head to the next short track on the schedule. We are at Richmond Raceway for round 9 of the Rowdy Cup Series, and it's going to be fun racing. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to ESPN. Thank you for making us a part of your evening. My name is Sam Cooper Bennett, bringing you all the action here tonight from Richmond. And joining me in the booth once again from his truck is Mr. Byron Rodney. And Byron, very incident-packed race last week. Hopefully a bit more smooth sailing this time around.
Well, it's still considered short track racing, Sam. It's 3/4 of a mile track here at Richmond. But if you take a look on this track, it's got multiple grooves, wide grooves. It's a fun track. Cars can run the outside. They can run the inside. And we're going to do 125 laps around this track, which will go awful quick. They've got the set of tires that they're going to take the green flag with. 4 extra sets in the pits, so they're going to have to manage their tires. No fast repairs, as we know in this league. I'm looking for a very fun and very exciting race.
Yeah, it's going to be a fantastic race here tonight for this series, and definitely looking forward to see what they have an offer for tonight. 19 drivers set to take the green for this one tonight, and qualifying about to start in just over a minute's time, as we're going to go down to the track and see who's down there. And a couple of new drivers, one new driver out in the field, one we've not seen in such a long time. Last time I saw him on a broadcast, he was driving an IndyCar. This time he's driving a stock car. Mr. Chris Parkman making his return to ESPN screens.
Yep, the number 15 machine. We haven't seen him in a good long while. We're seeing Chris Parkman out there taking that time on the track. He's posted the 3rd fastest in practice. So, for showing up and just going to the top of the board, it's going to be interesting to see.
That it is, as Parkman just loses it coming out of turn 4 and across the line. Practice is about over now. They've got about 30 seconds in this one. At the top of the board right now is J.D. Woodward. Now, Woodward, if you remember, if you catch your mind back to last week, Byron, had a shocking race last week. He was trying to get back on the lead lap, but unfortunately came to a sad end for him.
Yeah, J.D. Woodward, he's looking sharp out there. The car I've been watching in practice that I've been paying attention to is that number 20 of Jovan Cherry. Remember, we saw the Stanley paint job, the Matt Kens's paint job at Martinsville. He's sporting that same paint job tonight. Might be a little better luck for him tonight.
That's the hope anyway, as practice does come to an end right now, and we are ready to go qualifying for this 9th round of the Rowdy Energy Cup Series. And it's going to be Jeff Price, possibly the first driver out on track, and it will be. Well, Jeff Price just sitting on pit road right now. J.C. Windsor just about to go out on track. Blaze Richardson, Cruz Hernandez Jr. A plethora of drivers. It's going to be Blaze Richardson going to be the first one out of pit road. And Blaze Richardson going to be a driver looking to put all that bad luck behind him this week. He's had a horrible first season with the Rowdy Energy Cup Series.
Yeah, you know what? A lot of luck goes into this thing. A lot of hard work goes into it. A lot of practice. These guys have been put a lot of effort into it, and I'm looking to see a great, exciting race. Multiple grooves, short track racing, 125 laps. Don't get no better than this.
Absolutely, as we're looking at Blaze Richardson, he's probably going to be the first one to put a time down here as he comes out of turn 4 across the line, and that will be the benchmark for this one, as J.C. Windsor almost immediately just replaces him at the top there.
Yeah, Windsor laying down a great lap. They got 2 laps of qualifying here. So the first lap, Richmond's an abrasive track. The tire fall off is real here. So it's going to be interesting to see how his second, was going to see what it Windsor's second lap. Looks like he does. He puts him up on the point with a 21.897. But it looked like he had a little bit of fall up there as Aaron Tribble goes to the top of the board with a 21.670.
Yeah, the 22 going to the top right there. Scott Warren The man who finished third last week is up in third place. Mark McFadden in fourth. It's Connor Trafari in the 48 machine. Oh my goodness me! Just yeah, I think he got sent into the netherworld just there.
Yeah, it looks like the first lap on his 2-lap run is going to be the one that's going to lay the fast time. Second lap's they're getting a little bit of tire fall off on them, but then again, they are pushing them very hard in qualifying, so they are going to scrub a lot of the goodie off of those tires. It's going to be interesting. Tire management, I think, it's only 125 laps, and you got 4 more sets in the pits to play with. I think tire management, though, is going to be a key issue here. Who's going to have the fresh rubber at the right time on the track?
Chris Parkman just crossing the line there to start his qualifying run here as he comes through 1 and 2. He is making his debut tonight, as we've already mentioned, as JD Woodward goes to the top of the board. Greg McConey just put his first lap in. He's only going to be good enough for P11, but here comes Chris Parkman out of turn 4, very close to the wall, but gets it across the line regardless, and that will put him in P3 to start things off here. Let's go to Greg McConey. We'll go on board with Greg McConey right now as he's coming out of turn 4 right now across the line. Let's see if he improves on that one. He will improve and go up to P5, so good second lap there for McConey as here comes Parkman across the line. I think he might have hit the wall there coming out of 4 there, Byron.
Yeah, my connection's starting to drop just a tad. I was watching that second lap for Chris Parkman while you were with McConey there. Wow, Jovan Cherry going to the top of the board.
Yeah, that was expected. Jovan Cherry late into the session, so didn't really get much practice in, but still not losing any of that pace as he's on his second lap now, making his way in towards turns 3 and 4. Let's see what he can get on this second lap, and he goes to it puts it at 22.7, so doesn't improve that time round as we're going to go to Logan Jones making his way out of pit road in a nice purple and beige machine. Interesting color scheme for himself. Those are Minnesota colors, right?
Yeah, they would be. What a funny coincidence. I kind of seem to be headed to Minnesota.
Yeah. Those that don't know, Byron is broadcasting from his truck as Logan Jones loses it and hits the wall hard. That is going to be it for his qualifying session, I'm pretty sure, as he's not going to have enough time to get back out on track and turn another lap. So Logan Jones, very unlucky there. The other drivers not taking the time. Jason Papp, Shane Posey, Brandon Wilson and Ryan Worley not taking times here as Jovan Cherry looks like he's going to pick up his second pole in a row here.
Yeah, I was, like I said, I was keeping my eyes on that car going in practice, and he was holding a pretty wheel. These cars, I have been noticing through practice, look like they have been getting a little tail happy. So it's, they're running the high horsepower, low downforce package. It's a driver's race on this track. But like we said, multiple grooves. Low lane is the preferred lane, but you can get it done on the outside lane. But once that right front tire starts giving up, it's going to be hard to hold that bottom line. So it's going to be managing your tires, not only the tires you use and when to take them, but the tires you have on the track.
Yeah, absolutely. But there we go. Qualifying over as we are going to go to the grid for tonight's race, and starting up on the pole will be Jovan Cherry. Joining him on the front row will be JD Woodward. That's going to be an interesting battle to see once we go to green. Scott Warren in third, and joining him on the second row will be Chris Parkman. Row 3 will be Aaron Tribble and Cedric Hunter. Row 4 will be Greg McConey and Connor Trafari. And row 5 will be JC Windsor and Ryan Decker, Byron.
Yeah, Mark McFadden's going to start row 6 inside. Jeff Price to his outside elbow. Blaze Richardson's going to take the green flag in the 13th position. Cruz Hernandez Jr., man, that's a name we saw really trying to get it done, getting to the front of the track, in a couple of weeks runs that we've seen. Going to keep an eyeball on him, starting from the 14th position. Logan Jones starting from 15th, followed by Brandon Wilson, Ryan Worley, Shane Posey, and shotgun on the field, the number 1 car of Jason Papp.
So that is your field for tonight's race, and about to get them going. They are all lined up on the grid. They're just waiting for the pace truck to start peeling off there and get going, as we're looking at a side-on angle of the 47, actually. I've just been told in the chat, JD Woodward is running the 47 out of paying tribute to Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Interesting choice there.
Normally I'm used to seeing interesting choice. You're right. I'm just now noticing that. But the pace truck does have the field in tow. We had Pache Carre last night, but I can't say it for this one.
This is his brother, Pache Troche.
Pache Troche leading the field around. Sam, you're going to be bringing him to greens. I think we're going to get another lap out of this yet.
We are. Short track racing means they have to do 2 laps around the track, and always good to see. They get to do 1 for the fans and then just 1 normal formation lap, and we get to go racing here at Richmond. And obviously Jovan Cherry going to be looking for his 2nd race win in a row. His closest rival not here tonight. I didn't see him. He's here somewhere. Cedric Hunter, there he goes. Back in P5, so we're going to be looking to see if he can make his way forward in that Hello Kitty machine as they come out of turn 2. We are ready to go racing for the 9th time this season, and at the 2nd short track in a row. Next week we speed things up as we head to Talladega, so that's going to be interesting to find out as the pace truck makes that left turn towards pit road. Now Jovan Cherry has control of the field. 125 laps here at Richmond is go, and the green flag will fly this time by, and we are racing here at Richmond Raceway.
Yeah, already Jovan Cherry on the break into turn 1, turn 2. Oh, big checkup there as Aaron Treble gets into the back of Scott Warren, and Scott Warren is just got like a parachute there. Everyone's scrambling to get around him. Short track racing, you're going to see bumping and banging going on as we're already 1 lap deep in this thing.
Warren losing it. And he gets it out of the way, so good recovery there by Warren, but thankfully no caution for that one. And wow, that was a scary moment for Warren, and he has to go all the way to the back of the field now.
Yeah, he's going to have his work cut out for him to get back to the front of this thing. But back up at the front, Jordan Cherry under fire right now from J.D. Woodward. Woodward looking to get it done on the outside, and don't look now, but Chris Parkman has got himself up in that mix too.
Yeah, Chris Parkman up into 3rd place on his debut here with the Rowdy Energy Cup Series, and J.D. Woodward trying that outside line. Now, the outside line is a favourable line if you can keep it clean up there as Woodward almost hits the wall. Coming out of 4, down towards turn 1, still occupying that outside line as they go through 1 and 2. We're already on lap 4 of 125, and Woodward still keeping it strong up there, still side by side. They've been like this for a whole lap already. Looks like he might be giving it up now as Jovan Cherry has the better speed coming out of turn 4.
Yeah, Jovan Cherry just driving it in deep. Getting that, but he can't hold that bottom line when he drives it in that hard and he slides up. Thank God he had a little bit of clearance on the front bumper of J.D. Woodward. But don't look now, Chris Parkman stalking him as we got a 3-car breakaway here for the front of the field.
That we're doing, and currently occupying P4 right now is Aaron Treble. He's got a battle of his own. He's got Greg McConey, and he's got Cedric Hunter right behind him as well. As a bit of separation now starting to form between the field. There is Colin Trafari with JC Windsor right behind him. Right behind them is Ryan Decker in the 33. Then rounding out your top 10 is Jeff Price, and then you've got a bit of a gap going back to Logan Jones, as he's currently just outside the top 10 with Cruz Hernandez Jr. right behind him, Martin Fadden right there, Ryan Worley right there, Blaze Richardson is occupying that outside line as there goes Scott Warren trying to make his way back up for the field. As J.D. Woodward has the lead now. He's got the nose out in front anyways. He's trying that outside line again. And it looks like he's going to get it this time, Byron, and he does. J.D. Woodward takes the lead. I think we might have lost Byron for a second. We'll try and get him back as quickly as possible. We still continue to look at this battle for the lead right now as Jovan Cherry trying to look back down the inside and trying to take that first place back away from J.D. Woodward as they come out of turn 4. Woodward just able to hold on right there as they cross the line.
Yeah, you didn't lose me. I just hit the wrong button on my microphone. But anyway, what I was trying to say was Jovan Cherry, look at him run that low lane every lap. And remember, we were talking about Richmond is a high wear track on your tires. Being on that lower line, he's taking a shorter way around a short track, but that upper line is the tire saving groove. J.D. Woodward working the second lane up, Jovan Cherry working the bottom, and I'm wondering if he didn't rub some of the goodie off those tires already.
Yeah, and Chris Parkman is following Jovan Cherry down on that bottom line as well, just staying with that number 20 Toyota as they make their way through turns 3 and 4 once again, and JD Woodward will lead another lap here. Let's go back to Aaron Tribble, who's still in that battle right there. Not really a battle anymore, as Cedric Hunter has got around McConey, and now Trafari going to try and make his way around McConey, as McConey's starting to fall backwards a little bit now. He's now back to P7.
Yeah, Marconi looks like he might have eaten up the tires really good, because he's getting overhauled one by one. But right behind Marconi, if you take a look, we got Decker and Windsor slugging it out. Decker down on the low lane, wanting to take that spot away. Doesn't quite have the grip to get it done. And joining this battle right now, Jeff Price.
Yeah, Jeff Price still occupying that last spot in the top 10. He's still got a bit of a gap over Logan Jones, and Jones still starting to get away from Cruz Hernandez Jr. as we go back to the lead battle right now, and it's getting close again as Jovan Cherry still looking for a way underneath that number 47 right now.
Yeah, a little earlier, Cedric Hunter looked like he got into the back of the 22 machine of Aaron Tribble, got it all twisted, lost a lot of track position, but he was able to recover it and keep it going straight without touching anything on the track, but he did lose a lot of track position.
Yeah, a bit of an update on Scott Warren right now. He's right on the back of Cruz Hernandez Jr. Already back up to P14 after falling to the back with that slide through the infield grass. And he's got around Mark McFadden. Now looking to the back of Cruz Hernandez Jr. As I said, slowly but surely, Scott Warren making his way back up.
Yeah, we've got comers and goers. You know, Scott Warren, he took the green flag in third place, down in 14th. Guys that are, getting the job done are guys like I'm looking at, like Worley started 17th, he's up to 12th. Decker started 10th, up to 7th. Jeff Price started 12th, up to 8th. So people are climbing the ladder and people are falling down the ladder as the leaders are hustling it out, and they've got like a 2.5 second breakaway on the next car behind that pack, which is Aaron Tribble.
Now that outside line really starting to come into play, and the one driver that's not really benefiting from it is this man. That is Cedric Hunter in the Hello Kitty number 13, as you see Jeff Price and Ryan Decker to his outside right now, coming out of turn 4, and Price might have the better speed out of turn 4 on the outside, and he does. Cedric Hunter losing another spot, and here comes Ryan Decker as well, looking to the inside.
Yeah, like I said a little earlier, Cedric Hunter had a big wiggle, got it all twisted up, and might have got a bit of damage on the car. I don't know. This track is not that aero dependent, but it is more aero dependent than what we saw in Martinsville last week.
Yeah, Cedric Hunter actually going to try and get back around Jeff Price now as he looks to the inside, coming through turns 1 and 2, gets it done. So back up to P7 now is the 13. As we look at JC Windsor, there is Connor Jafari still battling out with Aaron Tribble right there as they're side by side coming out of turn 4. Tribble might just hold on to this one, and he does.
Yeah, we're working lap 19. We're getting into 20 laps on their tires. These guys, the race is going by real quick. We're coming up on only 100 to go, and that's not a lot. It may sound like a lot of laps, but here at Richmond, at a 3/4 mile track, 100 laps really isn't that much time. You got to be wondering how soon these guys, they're going to want tires probably long before they want fuel.
Chris Parkman up to second place, getting the job done on Jovan Cherry. Now will set his sights on JD Woodward as he comes right up to the back of him, as Parkman already dispatched Jovan Cherry and is
There's
right
cautions on the track.
That is, and it's going to be Brandon Wilson in trouble. Let's go back and see what happened here. The 501 battling with Mark McFadden here. Let's take another look and see what happened. He just lost it and just tanked the back of McFadden's car. Wow. So again, let's take another look at it from the dynamic cam. It looked like Brandon Wilson just lost it coming out of turn 2, and unfortunately Mark McFadden just an innocent bystander in that one.
Yeah, Mark McFadden got a big wrinkle on the backside of that Ford Mustang, as he's going to bring it pit side, get that addressed, maybe take a full set of tires as our leaders are all rolling down pit lane.
That they are, as we have full-scale pit stops happening right now And we're going to see who is going to be the winner out of pit road right now as we go to the pit lane cam. And we're going to bring up the pit lane thing. I don't know why it's not showing up. There we go. And it's going to be...
First one off of pit road, J.D. Woodward.
Yeah, Javon Cherry off second. Where is Chris Partman? Partman going to be still in pit road here. Problems there for the 15. Not coming off pit road.
Wondering if he did not get a speeding on entry.
Well, he wouldn't have, that wouldn't have kept him in pit road. He wouldn't have got the penalty until after they'd gone back to green. So I'm not sure why he's still in pit road. He's still there right now. Trouble for Chris Partman, and he's going to go a lap down as well. Actually, no, he's back out of pit road again, so no problems for 15. But he's going to go to the back of the field regardless.
Oh my gosh, I'm looking at him just on the timing and scoring, dropping all the way down the leaderboard to P16, P18 now.
Yeah, as Brandon Wilson still in pit road, McFadden still in pit road, Cedric Hunter just coming to pit road, and Jason Papp is in pit road as well, and he's going to make his way out of pit road. But the two Canadians, Cedric Hunter in, McFadden in as well, and he's just going to come and make his way out of pit road just before the field gets to him. As there goes Brandon Wilson as well. So, an interesting start to the race.
Look who inherited the race lead.
Yeah, he stayed out though. That's the problem. That's the thing. So it might be a short-lived thing there for Cruz Hernandez Jr. But we'll find that out in just a second. As Byron, we're about to go back to green again. Let's see you get us started this time around.
Yeah, the pace truck's got the field in tow. Cruz Hernandez Jr. on those older tires, electing to start on the outside lane. You see him wiggling it back and forth, trying to get some rubber, off of there. As the pace truck's got the field in tow, they're going to line up side by side. J.D. Woodward to his inside elbow. Pace truck takes the left turn into pit lane. Cruz has control of the field. Green flag flies. Cruz hits the loud pedal, says, "See ya, I'm out of here." Doesn't get quite the jump as we're going to go 3 wide into turn 1 by the looks of it.
That we are, and it's going to end in tears if they don't figure it out very quickly, as there is Cruz Hernandez Jr. falling backwards very quickly, and I said it was going to be very short-lived, and it absolutely is, as now JC Windsor going to look to the inside of Cruz Hernandez Jr. There is Colin Trafari, there is Jeff Price as well. It could end in tears still as they're 3 wide again, coming out of turn 4. Trafari putting a big move there on Cruz Hernandez Jr., moving up to P5. Jeff Price right behind him. And Hernandez Jr. still falling backwards. Ryan Decker will be the next one as they go 3 wide again down the backstretch.
Yeah, tires are everything here, especially after you get on 25 laps on these things. Cruz Hernandez Jr. was looking to get track position. If he's going to do that experiment early in the race is when you want to do it. But I think that experiment failed as he went from the penthouse to the outhouse, falling all the way back to P11 and losing more.
New leader at the front of the field now. Aaron Tribble leading this piece as they come through turns 3 and 4, and very good restart there by the 22 as they cross the line and come down towards turn 1. JD Woodward currently sitting in second, Javon Cherry in third, as JC Windsor P4, and round out the top 5 is Colin Trafari, and right behind him is Jeff Price as well. They're already starting to put a gap on Logan Jones once again.
18, the 18. Who was that just nosed it in the wall?
Blaze Richardson. And we're going to see it just out of turn 2, and bang, big hit into the wall for Blaze Richardson, and his baptism of fire continuing now as we go under caution for the second time here tonight. Blaze Richardson, yeah, his bad luck just keeps continuing now.
Yeah, Blaze Richardson, hard nose into the wall. He had Cruz Hernandez right behind him. He had Chris Parkman right behind him. Code Brown moment for those guys is that car just got loose all by itself coming off the corner. A little hard on the throttle on corner exit. Blaze Richardson's going to have to bring a pit side, get some repairs done. But I'll bet you anything, Cruz Hernandez, he started that restart in first place, fell all the way back to P14, wondering if he's thinking, I might want to go get me some tires. Or is he going to ride it out, try and stay on the lead lap, and have an extra set of tires in reserve in the pit? Strategy already becoming an issue here.
Well, the question's already been answered because Cruz Hernandez Jr. is in for fresh tires and fuel in that number 81 machine. As coming in with him was Brandon Wilson trying to repair some more of that damage. Chris Partman is back in pit road as well. Cedric Hunter right there too. And Blaze Richardson understandably in pit road too. Mark McFadden is getting more of his damage repaired as well as the field making its way out of turn 4 right now. They need to kind of get moving right now.
Yeah, well, you know what? I didn't really see an awful lot of cars with straight fenders at the end of Martinsville last week. And it's looking to be the case here. Another short track. We're going to have some cars with some beating and banging on them. But Aaron Tribble in control of the field. But he's going to have a tough restart with J.D. Woodward and Jovan Charity right behind him.
Well, we'll find out soon. It looks like he might be favouring the inside on the restart. And I can kind of understand why. That outside line is probably the most difficult position to be in because you can't judge the person next to you. If you're on that outside line, it's very tough. It's very tough to look left than it is to look right for some reason.
Well, yeah, it is. But unless you're like me and racing VR, you can actually sit there, hold the wheel, turn your head, and you're looking out the window. That was a big help. One of the big advantages I noticed when I went from screens to VR. But a lot of guys, they run those triple screens, so they got to keep an eyeball cocked to make sure that they don't jump that start or reach that start-finish line before the leader does.
Absolutely, as the lights go off on the pace truck, we are ready to go racing once again, and it's going to be Aaron Tribble going to be leading them back to green. He does favour that inside line as predicted, and it's going to be J.D. Woodward to his outside, Jovan Cherry and J.C. Windsor on the second row. Then you've got Connor Trafari and Jeff Price on the third row. We are ready to go racing for the third time here tonight after the second caution in the space of about 7 laps, so kind of want to get some green flags under the belt after this one as they go through 3 and 4. It's going to be a good restart as the pace truck will peel off in towards pit road. Now Aaron Tribble has control of the field, and we will go back to racing here at Richmond. It's going to hit the loud pedal right about now. Green flag in the air. We are racing once again here at Richmond.
Great restart by Aaron Tribble and Jovan Cherry. It looked like J.D. Woodward, you know, he had that outside lane on a restart, but that outside lane does not look like it has the grip on a restart. So I'll be looking fresh tires. I want that bottom line when the green flag flies.
Yeah, the outside line has been coming into play already. It seems more rubbing in than the inside line. You see J.D. Woodward trying to utilise that and stay up in second place, but Jovan Cherry, we've seen him be so strong on the bottom line back at Martinsville, but we didn't talk about this at the start of the broadcast here, Byron, but we can try and compare Martinsville to Richmond, both in the same state, but that is the only comparison that they have right here.
Yeah, Martinsville, 2 long drag, 2 quarter-mile drag strips followed by a U-turn, you know, and then, you know, it's another drag strip followed by a U-turn. As the caution's back out on the track one more time.
Logan Jones in trouble this time round in the Minnesota-inspired colours, Minnesota Vikings-inspired colours, as he's going to be right behind Jeff Price here. That is Ryan Decker right behind him. Let's see what happens here. And again, another car losing on the exit of a corner here. This time it's turn 4.
Gotta be wondering if they haven't got an awful lot of rear brake bias dialed into that thing to help them turn and just getting on the brakes a little too hard. That's going to cause the car to loosen up and bring that tail end around. So Logan Jones, you know, we saw him start in the rear of the field, work his way up to midfield. Now he's back in the rear of the field. No damage, just a spin on the track.
Yeah, that was enough to bring out the caution, though, and we are back under pacing once again as J.D. Woodward taken to the apron there. Not really sure what that's about. Probably doing like the fake pitting. Yeah,
the fake pit, the fake move to the pit. J.D. Woodward was down low. He was watching Aaron Tribble. Aaron Tribble was showing like he was going to pit, and then last second decided to jump back up on the track. And so he made that move back up on the track. Looks like everyone's pretty much stayed out on the track. I don't see any bakers right now. Well, we've got a few back markers are coming in. Don't know if they're going to do tires or they're just coming in to do some more repairs.
Yeah, Cedric Hunter back in pit road. Same for Mark McFadden, Cruz Hernandez Jr. and Logan Jones in pit road as well. 2 of them in for damage repairs. I'm pretty sure Cedric Hunter's still fixing front end damage on that 13 Hello Kitty machine. Cruz Hernandez Jr. and Logan Jones just probably keeping topped up on tires and fuel. As there goes Logan Jones just coming out of pit road right now.
Yeah, they're just taking their time to do all the repairs that they can when they can. I did not see tires going on any of those vehicles.
Not at all. Logan Jones didn't have any damage. He just had that spin, so Probably just keeping topped up on the old tires, as I'm not sure if they have limited tire sets.
Yes, they do have limited tire sets tonight. You have 4 extra sets to put on the car in the pits. You have the set of tires that you started the race on and 4 more sets in the pits. We've seen them all come in. They've replaced 1 set, so they got 3 more sets left in the pits, and we're only lap 38.
Now we are past the 100 to go mark. We went past it quite a while back, actually, so still working on lap 38. We are closing in on halfway. And that'll be lap 63, if I remember rightly. I think it should be. As they cross the line, lights just go off on the pace truck this time by. And we will re-rack and restack them, and we'll be ready to go once again.
Yep, it's another restart, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have to start getting our restart brought to you by. Anyone wants to get some shout-outs on restarts, get a hold of us in the chat. We'd be happy to work something out for you and get you out there, get the exposure, because you know what? ESPN has been gaining so much traction out here in iRacing.
That we have. We're up to 1,521 subscribers already. It's taken less than a week to get to get 20 plus subscribers. So we are flying through this one as we're ready to go racing next time round. Actually, the lights went back on the pace truck for some reason, so going to be a delayed restart on this one, Byron.
Yeah, we're going to go one more time around, at least. Let the field catch up, form up. It looks like Aaron Tribble's going to take that bottom lane again with J.D. Woodward to his outside elbow. J.D. Woodward did not get the best of restarts on that last one. Wondering if he's going to be able to pull the trigger a little bit better here. Or is Aaron Tribble going to not make the same exact type of restart? He's got a zone that he can restart in. Does he wait to the end of it? Does he wait to the green flag? Does he leave early? What's he going to do? A good driver is going to keep the competition guessing.
Absolutely. As they come out of turn 4 once again, we're ready to go racing once again. Pace truck is off. Aaron Tribble has control of the start. Once again, he bunches them all up. We are racing once again here at Richmond Raceway. And can they keep it clean this time round? Shane Posey having problems at the back of the field right there as we are still green. We'll go back and take a look at Shane Posey. Oh! There goes Aaron Tribble, big slide. And that's going to be a big jumble up there in the field. And that did not bring out a caution because Aaron Tribble, surprisingly, the only driver caught up in that one.
Well, you know what? Netcode can be your enemy. Looked like Netcode was your friend because it looked like Aaron Tribble went into the car, inside the car, Jovan Cherry, and it didn't cause any damage. So Netcode working in his Jovan's favor right there as Jovan moves up to the 3rd spot and Aaron Tribble falls all the way back to 8th.
Biggest benefactor from that one was actually JC Windsor moving up to 2nd place. Great restart for him, really capitalising on that mistake by Tribble, as there is Jovan Cherry in 3rd place. Right behind him is Colin Trafari. Jeff Price in 5th place. 6th place is Ryan Decker, and still making his way through the field, Scott Warren now back up to P7.
Yeah, Scott Warren slowly but surely just, right under the radar, one by one, being very patient. Working his way towards the front. He's shown that he's got pace in that car, shown that he's got skill behind the wheel and a lot of patience, and that's what it takes at short track. You got to be able to hold your cool, not get excited, and just be technical, but be patient. Don't get worked up as we're working lap 45 now of 125.
That we are, and he's working on the back of Ryan Decker right now, and he's going to try and get it moved on as quickly as possible as he's still scything his way for the field. Another driver working his way for the field is Chris Partman as he looks to the inside of Ryan Worley right now, going through turns 3 and 4. Is he going to get the job done? They're side by side as they come to the line. Give that position to Partman at the line. He should get it done this time round, but that outside line still looking rather strong here, Byron.
Yeah, that outside line, it looks like it's taking more rubber than the inside line, and that's going to be an advantage because these cars are going to be able to run that outside line and not wear their tires as much as the guys that are on the bottom catfishing. So I look for the groove. The longer we go green, the higher up the groove is going to get, and you're not going to be able to see the guys hold that low line like they have been making those passes. Key here in short track racing, on fresh tires on a restart, get all you can get. because it's going to be infinitely harder later on in the run.
What we said before the broadcast is that Richmond is very much like Iowa. It's a short track, but it does carry a lot of speed, so it does promote a lot of multi-groove racing. Now, we didn't see that at Martinsville. We're definitely seeing that here tonight. Multi-groove racing is a thing, even though we're at a short track here tonight.
Yeah, Richmond, it's a bank track. Martinsville, it was a flat track. You had that drag strip followed by a U-turn. Flat track, very, very minimal banking. And then you also had that turtle down on the bottom that everyone would clip and upset the car. Don't have that turtle here. You keep your car, you want to work the low line, get those left tires right on that yellow line. As I see Jovan Cherry diving it into the corner, trying to make a move on James Windsor, just not being able to carry the momentum. James Windsor working that second groove up, just carrying the momentum and the speed as Jovan makes that move again, just can't do it.
Yeah, JC Windsor just trying to hold on right now as he's currently still in second place, but here comes Jovan Cherry looking to the inside once again, a bit too far back this time round as Windsor opting for that outside line coming out of turn 4. Still going to hold on to second for now. The Chevy driver in the number 94 really doing well here tonight, and seems like one of those we've seen it time and time again this season. Windsor has been one of those underrated drivers that likes to make those runs forward, just doesn't work out for him sometimes.
Yeah, but if you're looking at him now, he wanted to run that bottom groove, take away Jovan Cherry's line, but his car looked like it just wouldn't hold down. It looks like it really loves that second groove. You see Jovan Cherry, he gets a wheel to the rear bumper of Windsor on the corner, but Jovan just not able to get back on the throttle quick enough to make that pass stay to get side by side, as that outside line carries a lot more speed through that corner. And when they get to the straightaway, now he might have a shot at it. Jovan Cherry to the inside of Windsor, side by side as they bring it around turns 1 and 2.
Yeah, side by side still as they come out down the backstretch right now and in towards turn 3. Jovan Cherry going to dive it in, almost contact, almost door-to-door contact between the 20 and the 94 as they come out of turn 4. Give that position to Jovan Cherry out the line. He might get the move done completed when they go through 1 and 2, and he might just do that right now as Windsor files back in line, back into third place.
Yeah, Windsor almost leaving the door open for Connor Trafari. Trafari took that look to the inside, but didn't quite do it. And don't look now. Jeff Price says, hey, guys, I want to dance too.
Now, right behind them is Scott Warren too, and he'll want to dance most definitely as we've got side-by-side action between Ryan Decker and Chris Parkman right now. Decker trying to take the position away from Parkman, but Parkman saying, no, I'm just staying anchored to this inside line. You're going to have to do it the hard way, sir.
Yes, he is, and don't look now, but Greg Marconi making that move to the inside as well. So Marconi looking to move up. Worley was looking to make that move on Decker, and Marconi's just watching him out of his windshield saying, which way you guys going to go? I'll just sit up here and save some tires until you sort it all out.
Yeah, this is your battle for P7 right now. Parkman just pulling away ever so slightly. Ryan Decker now having to look in his rearview mirror as there is Ryan Worley. And Worley's teammate Greg Marconi is right there too. And he's going to be looking to pick up any pieces if anything should go wrong in front of him. But right at the front again, Jovan Cherry now working on JD Woodward as they come out of turn 2. This your battle for the lead now between Woodward and Jovan Cherry. These guys have been going at it all season.
Yep, Jovan Cherry diving it low. Look, just doing like a blueprint of how he got around James Windsor. Woodward looks like he's not able to run that bottom line as low as Cherry is. Cherry's got that car dialed up from the lower line, moving real good, just inching it forward lap after lap as we come to complete lap 58 of 125.
That we do is to come through 3 and 4. Look at Jovan Cherry now has the underneath line. Woodward might have actually scraped the wall there coming out of turn 4. Still able to hold on now, takes a slightly higher line than Jovan Cherry. This is the same strategy that JC Windsor used on Jovan Cherry, but Jovan Cherry was having none of it, as now we're looking at Colin Travari now putting a move on JC Windsor for that third spot.
Yeah, Trafari's trying to make some moves. Looked at it, watched him try the outside, duck it down to the inside. We're racing 2 wide side by side, and Jeff Price right on the tail of Connor Trafari, as that is about as close as you can get door to door on a short track. Yeah, multiple grooves working hard.
Yeah, we got a 5-car battle now for third place. Now Windsor opted for that high line. Trafari right there, Jeff Price right there, Scott Warren is there too. Now Chris Partman has joined the party. A 5-car battle for that third place. It looks like JC Windsor going to win that little dice for now, but look at the outside line. Scott Warren really trying to make those power moves work on that outside, and he does.
Yeah, Warren has just been riding that outside line, and I believe that outside line is being a heaven sent for his tire. And don't look now, but after a little bit of adversity, Chris Parkman's worked his way back up as well as he moves on up into P6.
Yeah, I've seen this in the past with Chris Parkman. He loves to make his way through the field, almost like when he was dominating in the IndyCars, he would sometimes fall to the back of the field just to make it more interesting for himself, so he could just like power his way for the field and almost like toying with his competitors. It's like a predator toying with its prey. He's very clever like that. He likes to make things fun for himself.
Yeah, he is. But you know what, Sam? Even though we've had a few cautions, this race is going by. The cross flags are in the air. We're halfway home.
Yes, we are. Lap 64 now on the board as Scott Warren scrapes the wall coming out of turn 4. That might give the advantage to Chris Partman now as they're coming towards turns 1 and 2. But Warren still able to hang around the outside there and still hold on for now as Trafari still working on the back of JC Windsor for that third spot.
Yeah, these guys are throwing haymakers on the short track right now as it allows the front two of Woodward and Cherry to kind of get away. That battle has settled down. Cherry's just, well, maybe just as I say it settled down, here goes Cherry still trying to make that inside move on Woodward, not being able to get it done. And we've been watching that for what, past 10, 12 laps?
That we have as they come out of turn 4 once again. Cherry trying to use the power moves again down to the inside, trying to get that nose on the inside, just not working out for him. As for now, we're still seeing the battle between Trafari and Windsor, but Cherry still looking for that inside line as they come out of turn 2. JD Woodward defending very, very well to hold on to that lead right there. Out of turn 4, and it's still going to be JD Woodward on the point right now as there is JC Windsor. Scott Warren starting to fall back now. He's just been passed by Jeff Price now. I wonder if that little scrape on the wall might have affected his aerodynamics ever so slightly now as he's in a battle with the 14, the 76 driver trying to power it around the outside, not going to make it work right now as Price has a nose out in front. Right behind them there is Ryan Worley. He's trying to make his way forward too, and right behind him is the man that's been winning quite consistently this season, Mr. Cedric Hunter. He's just sitting back there in P9.
Yeah, he's just riding. It looks like he's just going to save everything he can. We are late to run. Oh, we have a big stack up coming out of turn 2.
That we do, and it's between Connor Trafari and JC Windsor, and we're going to go back and take a look and see what happened here. Chris Partman might have been involved as well. And no, Trafari getting into the back of Windsor. Price caught up in that one. Hunter caught up in that one. And disaster catching a lot of people out there. And we're going to go back and take another look at it on the overhead camera. And I think it was an audacious dive there by Trafari, getting into the back of Windsor. And unfortunately, like I said, Cedric Hunter and Jeff Price caught up in that one too.
Yeah, everyone coming to pit lane, man, they're all screaming for tires at this point after we had our longest green flag run, as we are working lap 70 of 125. Laps winding down. Remember when I said we had 100 to go, and I said that's not a lot of laps left, especially at a short track here like Richmond. So everyone coming pit side looking for fresh rubber. This restart's going to be wild because they know that when they got the fresh rubber, they got to get all they can get.
And with that, we are going to take a quick commercial break as we are getting through this caution period. Do not go anywhere. We're going to bring you the second half of this race live and direct from ESPN. We'll be right back in just a couple of minutes.
Worth noting, it is between two drivers for this championship. One, Lubomir Moritz of Positive Sim Racing. One, Paul Ilbrink, of course, Radicals Online. Paul Ilbrink with a storming start. He's had to really work off the challenges.
Ilbrink, pardon me.
Ilbrink is off. The battle will rage and intensify.
We are back live here at Richmond, and after the, I believe that was the 5th caution of the night, we are ready to go back racing here at Richmond Raceway. And Byron, I'm going to give you the honour of getting us going once again.
Well, Pace Truck's got the field in tow. As we were talking during the break, man, that was an audacious, bold move by Trafari. And the longest green flag run we saw, that was a long green flag for a short track. I'm looking to see what these guys are going to do now as the Pace Truck takes its turn on the pit lane. Woodward on the inside line holding him down. Green flag flies. He gets up on the throttle and just gets the jump on the field. Jovan Cherry starting to fall back. Don't look now. Chris Parkman right on the back of Woodward as he's working that inside as Jovan Cherry on the outside trying to hang tough.
Yeah, JC Windsor is up there as well, but for how long that right side of that car is extremely damaged right now, as there goes Chris Parkman to the inside. Parkman just had a bit of a squirrel on the back end, so does Scott Warren. So cold tyres not being your friend at this point.
No, and JC Woodward, he took the JD Woodward, he took the lead outright as Jovan Cherry fell in behind him. But Jovan now back to working that inside lane, dives it into the corner, can't hold it down with the momentum he was carrying, had to back off, get on the binders a little harder. And he lost.
Oh, Scott Warren again having a big incident right there, and he gets it all wrong for the tri-oval. Let's take another look and see what happened here to the 76 as more disasters, just lost the back end, and another trip for the grass for the This Is War Mustang.
Yeah, you know, I'm thinking, to tell you the honest truth, tires, they were only out there for a couple of laps at that point. Tires still haven't come up to pressure and up to temperature. Cold tire bit him right there, just pushing it just a tad too hard. Scott Warren falling all the way back to the back of the lead lap in 16th position. See if he can work his way back up. We've seen him do it once. We'll see if he can do it again.
As we're looking back at the lead battle right now, Jovan Cherry still trying to work on the back of JD Woodward.
On the track.
Caution is out, and it's JC Windsor in trouble. And he lost another one on the second consecutive lap, another one losing the back end coming out of turn 4 in Windsor. Well, for Windsor, this one brings out the caution, and unfortunately, yeah, just more trouble for JC Windsor, and his night's gone from good to bad, now to even worse.
Yeah, it's cold tires. I mean, you got to be careful. When we talk about cold tires, you know, you come into the pits, when you bolt on a fresh set of tires, yeah, everyone's thinking, hey, brand new tires, I got all the traction, I can go. iRacing has been working so hard on their tire models to get these things set up just right. So when a car gets a fresh set of tires, you know, they may set the initial tire pressure at, for numbers, I'm going to say 15 pounds. But you give it 5 laps, that 15 pounds of tire pressure will come up to about 21. So you start on colder tires. They don't have the temperature. They don't have the grip. They have less air pressure in them. They don't grab as hard. But if you come out with too high a pressure, it's just going to grow even higher, and the car's going to go away even quicker. It's a fine line that they dance. We see it in road racing an awful lot. When a GT car, like on Wednesday night, our Endurance for Beginners League, when they put on a fresh set of tires on a pit stop, they've got to be very careful for about a lap and a half, 2 laps, around several turns left and right to get those tires up to snuff to where they'll hold like they've been out there for, say, 5 laps.
That's true, as we are expecting the pace truck lights to go off very soon. We just saw Jeff Price take his lucky dog. He's driving a pavement modified at the moment, got no front end on that car. I noticed there's some pretty significant damage on the front of Jason Papp's car. I wonder if he was caught up in that big one there between JC Windsor and Connor Trafari, because I didn't really see him in there.
Well, he's got the right side of his car kind of mashed up, like he's, had a meeting of minds with that outside wall. Outside wall, it may have what we call a safer barrier, but it's not, something soft by any means. It will, bend a fender. It will crush a panel and cause some problems. Jason Papp having a rough night here at the short track.
Yeah, and hopefully it will improve for him as the night goes on. Again, this is another track that's not aero dependent, so you can get a bit of damage on your car, but you can still keep it up there. As a very interesting move there from Scott Warren to get himself in front of Jason Papp there. As we've got people down pit road once again, so I'm not sure if the lights will go off on the pace truck this time by. They don't. So we carry on pacing round. It's JD Woodward who's led the most laps here tonight so far. Still holding it strong out in front. And you've got to think, the longer he keeps it out there, the more frustrated Jovan Cherry's going to be as he, while he's stuck behind him.
Yeah, Jovan Cherry, I'm keeping my eye on that 20. He has been working that bottom lane to the inside of J.D. Woodward lap after lap after lap. J.D. Woodward's going to take that bottom line on the restart, probably be a mirror image. But you know what? Another driver that's really impressed me tonight is the run we've seen with Chris Parkman. He fell to the back of the field, slowly working his way up to the front. Logan Jones, look at the trouble that he had. He's rolling in P4 on the restart. That's going to be interesting, Sam.
That is true, as for some reason Cedric Hunter stopped on the track there, probably just fixing a couple of things on his car as we go back to the front of the field. Now we're ready to go racing once again. Lights are off on the pace truck. As you see Scott Warren in the background just rejoining the back of the field, as we still have 17 drivers, actually 18 drivers still running. Blaze Richardson a couple of laps down here, but here we go. We're ready to go racing once again out of turn 4, and it's going to be JD Woodward opting for that outside line this time by, can he hold it up there as the green flag comes flying out. Barney the flagman waves the green flag. We're racing once again as Jovan Cherry gets the worst of it this time round as we go racing.
You know what? Jovan Cherry is just not getting a good restart when he's in second place. Whether it's the top, whether it's the bottom, as Logan Jones has a big wiggle. It looks like he brushes the outside wall, and Connor Trafari down to his inside with Brian Morley right behind him.
Yep, as Parkman, Cherry and Woodward going to get away. Cherry now going to look to the inside of JD Woodward once again as they come out of turn 2. Is he going to get the move done this time by? He's been waiting so long to try and get around the 47. He gets the inside line, going to get the better speed coming out of turn 4 again. Is he going to get the lead at the line? He will get the lead at the line, but can he complete the move? As now JD Woodward looking to the outside again. They're side by side once again going through 1 and 2. Is it going to be Cherry? Is it going to be Woodward? Woodward still holding strong on that outside line, and that is testament to the multi-groove racing that we've been seeing and enjoying these past few weeks, and it's still continuing here today as it's neck and neck of the line. Woodward still trying to work that outside line and get that lead back from Jovan Cherry, and Cherry just not giving it up whatsoever. This is fantastic racing here, Byron.
Yeah, side-by-side drag race down the straights, diving it into the corner, wheel to wheel, as Jovan Cherry has just got that lower lane dialed up and working, as Woodward finally gets the advantage on the outside lane. Chris Parkman right behind him, having nowhere to go, deciding, where do I need to put my car? Because laps are winding down here. We're coming up slowly on only 35 to go, Sam. We're about, 38 laps to go?
That we are, as we are still working our way around here. We've had trouble for Cruz Hernandez Jr. Let's go back quickly and take a look and see what happened to him in the 81, going through 1 and 2. And I'm guessing, yeah, he got a couple of wheels on the apron there. That's not what you want to do around here. Just goes to the inside wall, hits the inside wall. Green flag stays out though, and more trouble for the 81 as we've got battle again for the lead as Jovan Cherry looking for that inside line once again.
Yeah, Jovan Cherry's all over. He's got to be getting really frustrated. He knows he's running out of time. He just can't quite get the job done. And don't look now, but Chris Parkman is all over his rear bumper. You know, Chris Parkman's looking low. You see him running low lane, running high lane. I mean, Parkman can dial that car up anywhere he wants to go. Multi-groove racing, I'm loving it, as Parkman looks like he's going to get around Logan for a lap.
And that he is. He's still powering around that outside line. That outside line really coming into play now. Parkman very close to the wall, but gets the job done. Moves his way up to second place. Now will try and set his sights on JD Woodward as they come out of turn 4. As this has now become a 3-car battle for the lead. Right behind them, Logan Jones and Ryan Worley side by side as they're coming towards turn 1. This is your battle for 4th place right now. As Worley looking to move his way up forward again and get another good point haul as this season continues. And more problems for Shane Posies. He's been off the track again as now pushing up ever so slightly from Worley. He is not going to try and give this up, but he's going to have to fall back for now as now Logan Jones holds on to that 4th place, but like I said, 4 now.
32 laps to go on this race. Worley just kind of backing off, cool his tires off. You heat those things up a lot when you're battling like that. So now he's just going to fall back, roll in his tire tracks, cool down his stuff, and hope for another chance at another charge. But then again, you know what? The great equalizer, we keep talking about it, as we have a challenge for the lead. Chris Parkman to the inside of JD Woodward.
That he is. He's going to dive it down in there for the position. Not going to have the traction now as they come out of turn 4. Watch for Javon Cherry. He's going to try and get that position back as well if any mistakes are made. And it was almost a mistake there by Parkman, but Parkman able to hold it down to that yellow line. He's the only driver that's been able to do that so far tonight. We've got a spinner in front of them. I didn't quite see who that was. That is Cruz Hernandez Jr. Very dangerous thing to do there, Mr. Hernandez Jr. As he spun it and he came back upon the track right in front of the leaders. You cannot do that.
Almost flipped the leaders, man. And the caution flag flies. We're coming to only 30 laps to go in this thing. Now, if you got a set of tires in the pits, you'll want to use them. An extra set after that, I don't think they have anymore.
Now, that's a bit naughty from Cruz Hernandez Jr. I don't know if you want to look at the replay. Looks like he might have orchestrated that caution because they come out of turn 4. Got a bit of a wiggle, but he got it straightened up again. But looks like he forced his car into a spin there after he got it rightened up, so I'm not really sure what his strategy was there.
Might want to have admins look at that one. I don't know if he just lost the rear end. It looks like it could go either way, Sam, but knowing what I know about Cruz Hernandez Jr., I don't see him intentionally doing it, even if it is helping out a teammate by bringing out a caution.
Well, we'll find out after the race has ended, but very unusual tactics there to bring out the caution as JC Wins are going to take the lead right there. Javon Cherry and everybody else going to make it into pit road for their stop. And it's going to be JD Woodward, the first one out of pit road, followed by Javon Cherry up to second. Now he has got the pass done on Chris Parkman. Logan Jones going to come out in P5, because, P6, sorry. Scott Warren is back up there again, as is Ryan Decker. Ryan Worley losing out a little bit, as there is Cedric Hunter still keeping it up there despite the damage on the front end of his car.
Yeah, now, those guys came in for tires. James Windsor, he held it out there. Now, if we get another quick caution, or say we run about another, 10 laps, 15 laps, and catch a caution, James Windsor has got an extra set of tires in the pits over these cars that are right behind him. But we saw earlier in the race at the first pit stop, staying out did not work. In fact, how far did that driver fall back? He fell back all the way to 16th from first within just a handful of laps.
That he did. So let's see what happens with JC Windsor. Don't forget, let's factor in the fact that he's got damage as well. So that might be an even bigger problem for him as well, Byron. That damage is not going to help him whatsoever once we go back to green.
No.
As lights stay on in the pace truck for now. JC Windsor currently a leader. JD Woodward in second. Javon Cherry in third. There is Chris Parkman. Watch for him. He's been a danger all night tonight at the front of this field. Fell back through the field at one point. Went to the back through the first lot of pit stops. For some reason, but soon made it back up there. One driver who keeps coming back is this man in the 76, Scott Warren. Been for a couple of trips through the grass tonight, but still able to keep the speed in his car and bring it back to the front here. Very impressive run here for Scott Warren tonight.
Yeah, Scott Warren really impressing me, able to work his way back up in the field, but I hope that Scott Warren's keeping it in the back of his mind. He's got a fresh set of tires, and cold tires did not quite do that the last go-round.
Greg McConey and Connor Trafari making their way out of pit road right now. Blaze Richardson still is just coming out, as well as Shane Posey in the mellow yellow Toyota. Oh, that's going to annoy a lot of people. That is going to annoy a lot of people. Cruising on his... wasn't the mellow yellow scheme on a Ford?
Mellow Yellow wasn't that on Cole Trickle's car, which was a Chevrolet in the movie days?
Yeah, it was on a Chevy Monte Carlo. I think it was on a Monte Carlo. Anyways, they come out of turn 4, and JC Wins are going to lead them back to green here at Richmond, and the green flag comes out once again, and JC Wins are going to get swallowed up immediately. Look at Jovan Cherry looking to the inside of JC Windsor. Windsor not going to give it up. Then they're going to be dooring each other. Coming out of turn 2. Almost disaster. Cherry and Windsor. Contact, and it's going to be big contact. Big disaster. Warren going to get caught up in it as well. Worley going to get caught up in it as well. What is going on there?
Oh, man. Jovan Cherry says, you know what? I got fresh tires. You don't. I'm going to go down low, and I'm going to stick it there. And it went 3 wide around the corners. Well, this is short track racing, 3 wide, that close to corners, everyone backing up behind him. And Jovan Cherry looked like he just could not keep it down on the track. Came up into the side of, came up into the side of Windsor, and that was that.
Take another look at that. That was a very, very interesting incident to see. I'm going to go on the dynamic cam again, and it was... Chris Parkman, probably the luckiest out of all of them. He did get door checked, but he managed to keep it going. But for
several cars, even ones back in the field, catching a part of that as everyone getting on the binders, trying to avoid chaos.
Brian Decker and Scott Warren getting the big pieces of that one. Big pieces. Well,
James Windsor, we saw the strategy play out. He stayed out on old tires, held a set in reserve. He was hoping for another caution so he could come back in and get fresher tires, but I don't think he was quite looking for another caution in this manner.
Now, you got to ask the question, what sort of damage is on that number 20 now after that contact with JC Windsor? Remember, they definitely hit each other. Does Jovan Cherry have significant damage on the car? We'll find out when we go back to green. Ryan Decker is still up there, but he's got a significantly damaged car as well. Chris
Taking
Parkman,
a look at all 4 corners of the car on Jovan Cherry and the number 20, other than a little wrinkle in the back of the car, he looks to have a straight machine with very little, if any, damage on that thing.
Yeah, I see a little wrinkle in the hood, but that's about it. But with regards to the battle with JD Woodward, what is that going to do to his chances? Because Woodward still has a clean car, and as far as I know, the man that got very lucky in that caution, Chris Parkman, only got doored, but still got a clean car underneath him. So watch for him on the next restart. He lost a few positions because of that contact.
Yeah, he fell all the way back to P6. But you got to figure, Sam, we're coming, when we take this green flag, we're only going to have 20 laps to go to settle this thing out. And that's not very far here at a 3/4 mile track at Richmond.
No, it is not, as still a lot of racing left to go. Anybody could win it at this point, but the man that's been controlling it from the get-go is this man, JD Woodward. Been really taking the fight to everybody tonight, trying to make up for the disaster that was last week. had a connection issue that dropped him out of the session whilst he was leading, and now finds himself back up there again in this race. Tried to make it back to the front again at Martinsville last week. Got as far as just one lap down. Got back on the lead lap, but unfortunately got caught up in a wreck again, which ended his chances of at least trying to win this one. But
and talking about connection issues, it rears its ugly head. Scott Warren is just throughputed.
Yeah, with the damage on his car, he probably wasn't going to get back, as we're going to go single file restart this time as the green flag is about to come out, and it's going to be JD Woodward bringing us back to green for this restart. Single file this time around.
We saw that last week at Martinsville when the caution comes right back out before they can complete a lap. It looks like iRacing's set to give them a single file to get them going again as JD Woodward just takes off. And here we go again, the epic battle that we've seen all night long. Jovan Cherry, JD Woodward just slugging it out. But don't look now, Ryan Decker up to the third spot, Logan Jones in fourth, and here comes your man, Chris Parkman, working to the inside of Cedric Hunter.
Oh, and a big problem for Ryan Decker there. Got it all wrong on the exit of turn 2. And now we'll have to concede those positions. Now up to third place is Logan Jones. Right behind him is Cedric Hunter, and right there with him again, like Byron said, is Chris Parkman, who's looking to the inside of Cedric Hunter already, but going back to the front. This battle still continuing between Jovan Cherry and JD Woodward, and this your battle for the lead with 17 laps to go. I don't see this one ending anytime soon until the checkered flag comes out, but here they go. This battle for third really heating up now.
Yeah, Cedric Hunter up into the third spot. The issues we've seen him have, the issues we've seen Logan have, to have these guys up in P3 and P4 is just outstanding and amazing. And Chris Parkman not giving it up, slowly picking them one by one. But is Chris Parkman going to have enough time to get to the front? I don't think so, as that front battle still going on real close, too close to call. Jovan Cherry is down to the inside, back behind, down to the inside, back behind, as Woodward's driving a masterful race in that middle lane.
You got to think that Jovan Cherry might be timing his runs here. He's looking to the inside, then falling back, looking to the inside, then falling back, just trying to measure when he can try and make those moves as they come out of turn 2. 14 laps to go now. Gonna be interesting to see if he will make that move very soon, but making it through 3 and 4. Jovan Cherry not quite close enough this time, as Parkman still trying to look to the back of Cedric Hunter as well.
Well, if he's trying to time his runs, well, he's been timing those runs all race long, because that's what we've seen. These two slugging it out with the same result. Jovan Cherry, he's made those moves the exact same way that he's doing here. He's been able to pass everyone except for that machine of JD Woodward.
Are we going to see the chrome horn tonight?
You know what? It's short track racing. You just might see that chrome horn. But what's he going to do? He's going to bump him to move him up the track. Well, JD Woodward's already running up the track. What can he do at that point?
Well, we'll find out very soon as we're coming to 11 laps to go. We've seen a battle between Cedric Hunter and Chris Parkman for that third spot. Hunter able to hold on. This is a good recovery by the 13. Byron's already alluded to the troubles he's been through already tonight. And time is running out for Chris Parkman. If he wants to get that move done on Cedric Hunter, he's got to do it very soon. But look at Hunter running that really high line coming through 3 and 4. That's probably what's working in his favor right now, as we're looking at Jovan Cherry looking to the inside of JD Woodward once again.
Yeah, they've been slugging it out, man. As we come to 10 to go here, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Chris Parkman, masterful race, but with the issues that he's had, getting caught up in a couple of incidents, putting him farther back, I'd say he'd be a pretty good favorite if he had more time. Cedric Hunter, man, he is really amazing on that. His car has just come to life on that outside lane. Just as I say that, Chris Parkman is working the inside, drag race down the backstretch as Parkman falls back in behind Hunter.
Now he does, as Again, time running out. We're on 8 laps to go here at Richmond. Can Parkman make his way around that number 13? Remember, this is his first race with this series, and he runs wide coming through 1 and 2. That might give an advantage to Logan Jones as to come out of turn 2. Jafari back there in P6, not really able to do anything about it. Same for Ryan Worley. He's back there too. He was caught up in that big one that happened earlier on, but this battle for the lead going to be heating up very soon. There is Blaze Richardson in front of them right there. I wonder if he's going to be a factor. The answer is no. Blaze Richardson is going to move over and let the leaders by very safely.
Yeah, that's called class racing. He knows he's got a damaged car. He knows he's running slower times. He's out there to turn laps and get points, but he's not going to be, quote unquote, that guy. As J.D. Woodward is just legging it out. It's opened up a little bit of a gap on Jovan Cherry in second place as Jovan mounts another charge. As the next time we cross the line, we got 5 to go.
Yeah, and we're looking at Chris Parkman right now. He's deciding to make his move on Cedric Hunter. Hunter again running that wide line coming out of turn 4 as Blaze Richardson going to stay out of the way of these two as well, as they're going to battle out for that final spot on the podium. Parkman just cannot find a way past that number 13, and right, we are 5 laps to go, so it's really coming down to it. Jovan Cherry has got to make that move and make it stick, and it's going to be very close as they come to the end of this race. 4 laps to go now here at Richmond.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to be focused on here. The race for the lead, as Jovan Cherry keeps trying to dial up that lower lane against J.D. Woodward, not quite able to get there, or that battle for the final spot on the podium between Cedric Hunter and Chris Parkman.
Yeah, as we're stuck with choice here. It's 3 laps to go now. Jovan Cherry got the car underneath the 47, didn't quite get it right as he got a big slide coming out of turn 4. That's giving the advantage to J.D. Woodward again as they come down the backstretch towards the 3rd and 4th turns, and it's going to be the popsicle sticks this time by. We're going to be 2 laps to go here at Richmond, and we do have a race on our hands, not just for the win, but we have one on for 3rd place as well. Who is going to win in the race? Who's going to get that last spot on the podium? Byron, it's too hard to tell.
Oh, it is too close to call as Jovan Cherry mounts one god-awful good charge to try to get there. He puts it in full send-it mode into the corner, but that machine of J.D. Woodward, it's got that high side momentum. White flag in the air as we are working the final lap. Next thing is going to end it. They're racing to the checkers. J.D. Woodward with the advantage. Jovan Cherry just not being able to get it. But take a look at that final spot as Cedric Hunter and Chris Parkman. Chris Parkman making that final move to get to the line. Not going to get it done as Cedric Hunter brings her home in the 3rd position.
Yeah, and I was trying to say that J.D. Woodward comes across the line and wins here at Richmond after a close finish there between himself and Jovan Cherry. Cedric Hunter does hold on to 3rd place, and Chris Parkman gets 4th place in his first race here with the Rowdy Energy Cup Series. Great result for him. Logan Jones going to hold on for a top 5 as well. Great result for him too. A lot of action here tonight here, Byron, but it's J.D. Woodward who finally redeems himself for last week at Martinsville.
Yep, redemption comes his way after having connection issues. Take him out of the dominant position at one short track. He hangs in there and holds the dominant position at this short track as we see J.D. Woodward going ahead, putting those donuts down on the start-finish line. Jovan Cherry, what a masterful battle they had all race long. Just couldn't quite get there. Cedric Hunter, with the adversity that car's, the damage that he had, we saw him pit farming it for repairs, brings her all the way back to finish on the podium. My God, this series is heating up.
It really is, as there is your winner, still doing burnouts at the start-finish line, and we're going to get an interview in with him very shortly. We're going to find him, actually, we're going to find him right now as, well, I'm going to try and find him, as he's not even in Discord right now. So that is interesting. So while we're waiting for the race winner to finally get into Discord, Byron, a good race here tonight, but we're expecting an even spicier event when we head to Talladega next week.
Yeah, Talladega. You think you had excitement and drama here today at Richmond. Wait till we get to the super speedway at Talladega. And that's the one, folks, that's got the start-finish line way past the center of the dog leg. So it's a drag race on that. And you saw how these cars were having to deal with their aero issues at Daytona. See what they can do with it at Talladega. Talladega being a little bit smoother of a track, a little bit wider of a track, more options as far as the driver goes. I'm looking forward to a good one.
That we are. It's going to be a very, very good affair. If you know about these guys, you know that they love to race on super speedways. We see that every Friday night. We're going to see it here on ESPN on a Monday night with the Cup Series. As we're still waiting for JD Woodward to make his way into Discord so we can speak to him. And he's still burning them down, I think. No, that's Greg McConey, I think. I don't know why, but Jason Papp and Greg McConey are having a bit of a battle behind the pit wall. So I'm not really sure what's going on there. Behind the pit wall on the backstretch, I will say.
Well, might be taking out a bit of frustration. Jason Papp, and Greg Marconi did not exactly have the race that they were wanting to have here at Richmond tonight. But you know what? It's all in fun. Wow, what a race at Richmond. It went by quick. It went by, even though the amount of cautions we had, it was an exciting finish right down to the end. I was expecting another caution flag as hard as those guys were racing. But wow, what a show.
Absolutely, and this marks a second and third place for Dream Team Incorporated. The two teammates getting second and third. Good recovery from Cedric Hunter, and we're actually gonna go from second to first this time round. And Byron, you have our third place driver Cedric Hunter right with you there right now.
Hunter, we saw you have some adversity. We saw you have to do a little bit of pit farming. We saw you have some incidents. Holy moly, man, did you have one hell of a battle at the end of that race with Chris Parkman? Tell me about
it. Yeah, tell me about it. I could not catch a break the whole race. It just seemed like, every time I was racing someone, something would happen in front of me. And then I was one of the only guys to run the high line. So just, every time someone got moved or punted or whatever, they would always come up the track and I'd be the one there to kind of catch it all. So I got caught up in multiple wrecks, and we were down on horsepower, but we managed to get up to third place and then hold it off. It was a really good run there by Chris. I know he's a rookie, and if he keeps having these runs, I really look forward to racing with him for the rest of the season.
Yeah, well, you know what? Speaking of the rest of the season, we watched a short track race last week where it was just a quarter-mile drag strip followed by a U-turn with another quarter-mile drag strip followed by another U-turn. Short track here tonight at Richmond, completely different track, multiple grooves. I couldn't tell you were down in horsepower, man. The runs you were getting on the outside there in the closing stages of the race, I thought you had that car running on all 8 cylinders. But wow, what a battle at the end. You know what? Your thoughts going to a completely different animal next week. We're going to Talladega.
I'll be happy to finish the race. Daytona, unfortunately, when we ran there at the beginning of the year, I got unlucky and got caught up in something. So my goal for Talladega, obviously, I would like to win, get a top 3 finish, but is just to survive. It's kind of my expectations, I guess, every time I go to a plate track is really anything could happen. So as long as I come out with a clean car, I'll be more than happy with that.
Man, well, congratulations on the podium. You put on one hell of a show for us, man. We were excited to watch it. Congratulations on that. Before we let you go celebrate, anyone you want to shout out to?
Absolutely. I want to give a huge shout out to my race team, Category 5 Esports. I want to thank all the drivers and admins for letting me come here and race with them. I want to give you guys a huge shout out for the broadcast you guys do on a weekly basis. You guys always do a really good job. I look forward to going and watching them later tonight. I also want to thank all the series sponsors. Obviously, your Rowdy Energy being the main sponsor. Plan B Sales, iRacing, iFlags, Butt Kicker, Midwest Motor Customs, and just everybody that has something, a hand in the pot, if you will, for this league. So thank you to everyone. and let's go get ourselves a W at Talladega.
All right. Well, hey, everyone. That is your third place finisher tonight, Cedric Hunter. Congratulations on third. Look forward to seeing you next week.
I appreciate it.
That was Cedric Hunter joining us in the booth right now. Coming home in second place is the man that's with me right now, Jovan Cherry. Jovan, you absolutely went to war tonight, but unfortunately coming off second best. Still got to have enjoyed that battle though for the bit with JD for the most part.
Yeah, it was a good battle. I'm pretty disappointed with the second place finish. Qualified on pole and then just lost it early on. Couldn't get back up front. Even though we stayed up there all night, we just couldn't get back to the lead. It was pretty. I guess you can almost call it one lane track. Once he got up high, there was just nothing I could really do down low unless I was going to move him, and I really didn't want to do that. So it was still a good race, still a good finish, but we're just kind of disappointed with second place this week.
Yeah, and just talk about the like you said, the track right there. A lot of people were trying to use that outside line. Some people were able to use the inside line. What was the difference between the two? Obviously, as that outside line rubbed in, it seemed a lot faster around there tonight.
Yeah, that was the thing with the outside was just once he got up there, he was able to have the drive off. I would be able to get good entries into the corner. I would be able to make up a lot of time, get next to his door. But then once I put the gas down, I'd either get really loose off the corner and I wouldn't be able to use the whole track coming off because he's to my outside, or I would just push really badly and I didn't want to get into him. So I tried to move up the track and run the outside, but, he's running right there. So there's not much I can really do, like I said, unless I'm going to move him. So, it's just really unfortunate that we just weren't able to do anything on the bottom really and try to get that win tonight.
Yeah, and it's another top three finish for you again here tonight, Jovan. And despite being disappointed with the second place, still got to take some confidence with the fact that you get more bonus points heading into the playoffs later this year.
Yeah, of course. We came off that win last week at Martinsville, and we tried to follow it up with another win this week at Richmond. So, we definitely have the confidence. The cars are really strong. So we definitely know we have the ability to do something. Now that we have that win, we don't really have to race praying we get into a lucky spot to get a win to get into the chase. So, we can kind of take it easy. But, the confidence is there. And I know when the chase comes around, we're going to be just fine.
All right, and with a look ahead to next week, we head to our second super speedway of the season. We head to Talladega. Obviously, they were a bit troublesome at Daytona. What are you expecting as we head to Alabama next week?
Yeah, I know it's going to be an interesting race. I don't know how chaotic we're going to be. I definitely know we're going to be a little different considering the package we ran at Daytona early this year was a little different to what we're getting next week at Talladega. So I'm not really sure what to expect. I don't know if we're going to be really calm or if we're going to be really aggressive. It's just we're going to have to wait and see. All
right, and before I let you go and celebrate your second place or commiserate your second place, depending on how you feel, anybody you'd like to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I'd like to give a shout out to you guys for putting on a great broadcast. I know you guys are having fun out there watching all the action going on track. I want to give a shout out to JD for his win. He drove a hell of a car today, and he definitely deserved to win that race today. Rowdy Energy, Plan B Sales, iRacing, iFlag, Butt Kicker, Midwest Motor Customs, all those guys for putting the series together as well. Just shout out to everybody who came out and watched. It was a good race, and we'll just go get them next week at Talladega.
Absolutely. Well, Jovan Cherry coming home in second place in the number 20 Stanley Toyota. Congratulations on getting another top three tonight, and we'll catch you next week when we head to the Super Speedway.
Thank you, guys. See you guys next week.
That was second place, Jovan Cherry. Now joining Byron in the booth from the winner's circle is tonight's race winner, JD Woodward. Byron.
Holy smokes, man. Did we see an all-race long battle between you and the 20 car? It looked like you just said, you know what, I'm going to keep the middle of the track. You want to get around me, you go low. You want to get around me, you go high. I'm going to stay right here. What a masterful drive. And also, how do you feel about that redemption for the connection issues you had when you were dominating at another track? Congratulations on the victory.
Thank you very much. Man, that's what it was all about tonight was redemption. Man, I hate what happened last week at Martinsville. Had that one, I believe, in the bag. And to rebound, I think it was 5 laps down and finished 5th in lead lap. Was just, bittersweet because you were like, gosh, we're so close. But, yeah, this was pure redemption tonight. I told my crew tonight, I said, we're going to win tonight. It's going to be redemption from last week.
Well, you know what? Redemption, it happened, man. Masterful run. We didn't know whether we had battles all over this track. Was tire wear really that big an issue with the tire fall off here? Or did you guys have that managed out, on that last set and said, I'm going for it? And on that last restart, man, what a run. How was the tire wear on this thing for you?
I don't know about everyone else, but for me, I had done a bunch of testing here at Richmond. Richmond's a track that I really dislike, but with this new iRacing update, they've made it where you can actually have more than one lane in race. And I figured it out in practice that, hey, if you ran that second lane, you actually saved a little bit more of your right rear, which helped you as the race went on. And I really think that's what was the difference in the race.
Yeah, we saw the multi-groove racing. Guys were trying to go catfishing like Jovan was all day long. You held that middle lane. And I saw, right rear was a key thing because you had to drive off where other cars didn't when they were abusing those right rears. But, hey, congratulations on the podium, taking the top spot. We're going to Talladega. We're going plate racing next week. What's your thoughts?
Looking forward to it. I cannot wait to get in the Cup car at Talladega with the new update. We had a practice race, I guess, Friday night, and it was amazing. I won it by, I think, 2 1,000ths of a second. So, I mean, it was right there. Looking forward to Talladega.
Well, we're looking forward to bringing it to you. Like I said before, weeks before, the show you guys put on makes our job really easy to call it and really exciting to watch. I'm a big fan. Congratulations. Anyone you want to shout out to before you go and celebrate the win?
Yeah, I'd like to shout out to my crew chief. He's a healthcare worker, and they've kind of had it. All healthcare workers have had it really hard, working overtime for the past year in this pandemic. So I want to thank him and thank all the healthcare workers who have been helping us out a lot during this pandemic. I want to thank all the sponsors: Rowdy Energy, Plan B Sales, iRacing, iFlag, Butt Kicker, Midwest Motor Customs for sponsoring this wonderful league. And I want to thank y'all for broadcasting it. Listen, I've got people I try to send the link to before the race starts every Monday night and get them to tune in and watch it. But thank y'all for broadcasting it.
Yeah, well, you know what? Like I said, man, you make our job really enjoyable when you guys put on a show like you put on. And let everyone know if they can't be there live on Monday night, it's archived on the ESPN YouTube channel. They can go back and rewatch the race at any time that they'd like. Congratulations on the top spot, JD Woodward. Look forward to see you at Talladega.
Looking forward to it.
That's your race winner, everybody. Number 1 spot, JD Woodward, getting that redemption for what happened to him at the last short track we were at. Sam, what a show, man.
Absolutely, and these guys do it every week. We broadcast them, and another great show on tonight. Again, big thanks to going out to league sponsors. Firstly, Rowdy Energy for sponsoring the series. Also, big thanks going out to Butt Kicker, iRacing, iFlag, Midwest Motor Customs, and of course Circle B Diecast. Of course, big thanks going out to our sponsors, Diecast Nuts, and obviously to Rocket Racing Setups. Big thanks to those guys for having us on board for those ones. But for now, we are going to go straight to the results of tonight's race and bringing home the victory. And like Byron said, gaining redemption for this disastrous race last week was JD Woodward. Coming up in second place was Jovan Cherry. Third going to Cedric Hunter. And on his first race for the Rowdy Energy Cup Series, Chris Partman picking up P4. Logan Jones rounding out your top 5 here tonight. Connor Trafari going to come up in P6. 7th going to Ryan Worley. 8th going to Ryan Decker. 9th going to Jeff Price. And rounding out your top 10 despite the damage on his car from an earlier hit, Brandon Wilson, Byron.
Yeah, Jason Papp bringing it home to the 11th position. Greg Marconi, didn't get the race that those two were looking for. He comes home at 12. Cruz Hernandez Jr., what a rough night. He had a rough one tonight, but he still managed to finish on the lead lap. Brought it home in the 13th position. Shane Posey in 14th. Blaze Richardson, the first car, 1 lap down, bringing it home 15th. 2 laps down, James Windsor. Oh, what a heartbreak there towards the end. We saw him out there on old tires, and it just got squeezed there on that one restart. Brings it on 2 laps down in the 16th position. Mark McFadden put it on a hauler early with some damage in 17th, along with Scott Warren in 18th, and rounding out your field, coming home shotgun in 19th, Aaron Tribble.
Don't forget, we are back here tomorrow for a double feature with the UK Sim Racing's MX5 Pro Series and Western States Racing League. We'll be there for those ones tomorrow, but for now, that's all for myself, Sam Kuvinet, and joining me in the booth was Byron Rodney. All that's left for me to say right now is keep it clean, keep it green, and we will catch you tomorrow for some more racing action. Have a good night.